Let's talk about another good series, and Steph Curry, who had a really rough night on Saturday, scored 17 points in the game, 0 for 6 in the fourth quarter and overtime. So, Paul, are you worried about Steph Curry?
I'm very worried about Steph Curry because a player of his caliber, a two-time MVP, three-time champion, top 5 player in the game, he can't play as bad as he did last game. I mean, it's like probably odds-on impossible. So it makes me think, is he injured? Is something he's dealing with, you know, physically, mentally? I don't know.
But you're a shooter. His left hand having that dislocation should not affect
with a
him, right?
Dislocated thumb, and he missed right-hand layups.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not
he made shots.
Right.
It's just, I don't think it has anything to do with the injury.
Okay.
And so, like, if I'm a betting man, I would bet that he's going to come back strong next game. But
you're worried.
I'm a little worried because probably he's injured. I don't know. I mean, this is Steph Curry we're talking about. He doesn't look, I don't know. It must have been something mentally.
He doesn't look like
really
he can use that left hand.
Like,
I mean, he was 3 for 10 in the restricted area yesterday. Those are gimme shots. Those are what, I mean, he missed 6 layups at the rim.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's right hand. I mean, he missed the left hand one, but he missed the right hand. Once you get the ball up, you're letting it go with your left hand, and it's like right hand.
Right, but aren't you protecting yourself with your left from getting swiped at? I don't know. I mean, when you watch him, it looks like he's playing one hand.
He's so skilled. He's way more skilled than I've ever been, and I don't see how he missed those layups.
So to me, though, the bigger issue is him missing threes. Like, he's shooting 25% on three-pointers in this series. Steph had one of the great shooting seasons of all time, and he does every single year, but he had 5 or more made threes in 43 of his 69 games this year. Like, and now he's shooting 25% from 3. That's way more concerning than missing a couple layups and trying to dunk when he's not exactly a guy who can dunk at the end of a game.
So you're bringing that up. You're saying, okay, if it's not physical, maybe it's mental. One of the questions for this Warriors team for the past 2.5 years has been, hey, can Kevin Durant be the best version of Kevin Durant or the most explosive, highest score, point-scoring version of Kevin Durant, ISO Kevin, in the Warriors system? If Steve Kerr lets him go do that, where does that leave Steph? If they do want to play more kumbaya basketball, like Zach Lowe wrote about last week, where does that leave Kevin? But that helps Steph. Do you think the emphasis on KD's game in these playoffs so far has disengaged Steph mentally at all?
That does happen to Steph sometimes. I don't know if he's disengaged. I just think that when he cedes his game to Kevin, it's harder for him to get into that rhythm that he gets into. And every time that he gets into one of these mini slumps, I mean, he really hasn't been good at shooting the ball, not just since he dislocated his finger, but the last few games of the Clippers series, too. And this isn't, he really has only shot the ball well in those first 2 games against LA. So this has been going on for a while. He's obviously stepped back and let Kevin get going, but the Warriors will get him going. They've been playing this dance for 3 years.
So the middle of the Clippers series, which is when Kevin Durant came out and said, I'm Kevin Durant, and then unleashed Kevin Durant on all of us. I don't know. I mean, I'm not inside Steph Curry's head. I'm not inside that locker room. I am just curious if that has had any effect on Steph Curry, not just on his basketball game, but just the mental and sort of the engagement and all that. I do look forward to seeing him break out of his slump because we know he will at some point. He does have something to live up to, though, because when Klay Thompson broke out of his slump earlier this year, he thanked his left hand on the court. So I expect Steph to do something dramatic like that.